U.S. stock futures are seeing red on Thursday. On the heels of the latest central bank announcements, earnings, and economic data releases, focus remains on Washington, D.C. Now, in the previous session, U.S. indices closed mixed as the Fed Reserve decided to maintain the Fed funds rate unchanged. Meanwhile, shares in the utilities, real estate, and food and staples retailing sectors were in the red. Meanwhile, shares in tech, hardware, and equipment, as well as semiconductors and semiconductor equipment, healthcare equipment, and services sectors jumped higher. And on the economic data front, market U.S. manufacturing PMI fell slightly to 55 in January. ISM manufacturing rose to 56 in January from 54.5 a month earlier. And the Federal Reserve decided to leave the Fed funds target unchanged at half to 0.75%, while stating an improved confidence among consumers and businesses. Now, as for your advancers and decliners, 39% of S&P 500 constituents traded higher yesterday. And in after-hours trade, Facebook reported fourth quarter adjusted EPS of $1.41 versus 79 cents last year on revenues, which were higher by 51% year over year to $8.81 billion. Daily active users reached 1.23 billion, above forecast. And monthly active users came out to 1.86 billion, exceeding estimates. In other news, the company was ordered to pay $500 million in damages after Oculus VR was accused of stealing technology from game maker ZeniMax. Moving on to MetLife, the company announced fourth quarter adjusted EPS of $1.28 on revenue of $12.08 billion. In today's earnings, we'll be getting results out from Merck, Philip Morris International, ConocoPhillips, Amazon, and Visa. And in overseas markets, Asian markets were down today. The Nikkei off minus 1.2%, Hang Seng off nearly 0.6%, and South Korea's Kospi off 0.5%. European indices are trading mixed. Here in the U.S. for the S&P 500, it is under pressure on an intraday basis. Trading such analysts prefer short positions below 22.75 with targets at 22.60 and 22.57 in extension. As for the Nasdaq and Dow Industrials on an intraday basis, it is under pressure.